going on en masse 2027 January to vote. Troops kill 3 terrorists, recover AK-47 rifle in Katsina ambush. This is good news. However, when you look at the amount of terrorists who are killed compared to innocent civilians who have been killed, it's very, very imbalanced. The scale is tipped in the favor of the terrorists. So yes, while we celebrate the fact that they are killing terrorists and they're bringing them to book, it's still higher. So we need to do better and better and better. Moving on to the Daily Trust, we have I lost 3 children to Niger airstrike, says injured father. Do you know what it means to lose a child? Day we come on here, we hear this kind of headlines, and people just say, I didn't recall who was it that said, "Oh, it's not today that they'll be killing people," and I was like, "How dare you?" I don't. Yeah, insecurity forcing health workers to relocate. UDUTHCMD says, "Look at that." Well, saying, you know what, I can't stay here any longer. When they said the Niger airstrike one, I asked myself, is this a country? I really, really did ask myself that question. In the Vanguard newspaper, we have 2027 presidency. Jonathan's declaration sparks stir. Last week, we talked about the fact that it looked like he was about to, because in the last, maybe toward the end of last year, early this year, some Nigerian youths, Niger Delta, have been saying, "Oh, we want him to go again." And I keep asking the same question. Is it that we are forgetting what happened during 2015 to 2019? Am I? No, no, not 2015, 2011 to 2015. Okay. Lagos 2027, APC clears Hamzat for governorship primary. He was screened though. If you recall, last week the APC said they were not going to screen the president because the screening of 2023 is still validated. Okay. Um, and that it will be redundant. You know what? I just can't. Premium Times, we have over 100 killed, 98,000 displaced. 217 churches destroyed in Taraba, says the Catholic Diocese. I'm not going to go again to belabor the point about the rate of insecurity in this country, but yeah. Truck driver arrested after crash kills pedestrian and motorcyclist in Lagos. Moving on to the Nation newspaper, we have ADC disowns planned state congresses. Federal government demands anti-xenophobia action from South Africa. I spent the whole of last week talking about this. I'm not going to spend any more time because when the federal government should have moved, when this new spate of killings had started, they did not move. So we're just going to keep it moving. Moving on to the cable newspaper, Yobe APC ready for transparent primaries if consensus fails. Also on the cable newspaper, we have Nakon mourns as Nigerian pilgrim dies of cardiac arrest in Saudi Arabia. May their soul rest in peace, and our thoughts and prayers to the family of this person. This post we have 2027. Your sweat hustle must pay. Aisha Yesufo assures FCT residents. Somebody quickly ask FCT if they have water now. Residents, if you have water right now, because yes, Wiki who's supposed to be is yeah. Okay. Amnesty International demands probe into civilian deaths in Niger airstrike. In the Tribune newspaper, we have NAPA raises concern over harsh aviation operating environment amid Jet's A1 fuel shortage. Also in the Tribune newspaper, we have PTML hands over ICT enabled office to customs in Lagos. Lastly, in the dailies this morning, we have from the pen pushing newspaper, Social Democratic Party picks Adewale Adebayo as presidential candidate. Oh, this week, let's just be seeing more people. As in People's Democratic Party, PDP, internal crisis won't affect my House of Representatives ambition, says Olivia Jones. It is PDP, it is well. It's well with ADC, it's well with all of them. But yeah, let's get right into tackling tackling the headlines this morning. Our analyst has joined us this morning. Hi, Emmanuel.
Hi, Fumi. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Emmanuel, I like your picture.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
talking about, please go on YouTube at WFM 917 to check out Emmanuel's backdrop. So he went to go and do Lagos Sugar Daddy at his friend's wedding.
Well, basically, what can we do? We have to rep, we have to rep the clan very well. Hope you're doing good this morning.
I'm good. How are you? How was your trip?
Yeah, I'm okay. Very well. Thank God. And another week, and then we just settle down, and then we get back to it.
Yes. Why do you always just sound serious all the time?
Am I serious?
Yeah,
I thought
serious.
I was one of the most unserious human being you've met.
No,
So
I
I
think
don't
on
know.
you, actually, to be fair, yeah. But whenever you come on the show, you're always so serious. I think Nigeria is stressing you out.
Maybe it's just giving face on newspaper review because we
Okay.
speak about serious things, and
Yeah.
then those who actually lead us that we speak about serious things for are very unserious. So I cannot come on this show and be unserious like those who've elected to lead us, and then we have to let them know that the issue at hand is a very serious issue and that they can't just joke with it. So basically, I think we need to push it with all sense of seriousness and we get
Mm.
going.
Shots fired, man down. Check around you. Okay, starting off with the Premium Times newspaper. Remember that we are live on YouTube at WFM917.com. No, at WFM917. Our website is www.wfm917.com. The phone lines will be open shortly, but you can send your WhatsApp messages, and your voice notes to 0783 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. All right, let's get into it. Starting off with the Punch newspaper, we have Uzodimma. Sorry, with the Premium Times newspaper, Uzodimma joined Senate race, may resign as governor. When I saw this, I didn't understand what I was reading. And that's why I said, you know what, maybe Emmanuel would come and help us because I'm like, what? So Hope Uzodimma is the current governor of Imo State, right? And his second term will elapse in 2028. But he's it seems like he's pushing it seems like pushing for he's trying to be the Senate president. Everybody's fighting to be Senate president, to be honest. And he wants to do that at the same but you can't do that while you're governor. So there's talk that he's going to maybe resign and push for the Senate seat. The problem is the challenge that he might face is that apart from him, former governor of Imo State, which is Rochas Okorocha, and former Senator Osta Ezunazo are also seeking the same APC ticket to be Senate president. And that's what is so interesting. What was most interesting to me was that they say that the current deputy governor Chinyere Ekumaru would be a placeholder. And I was like, I don't get to be a placeholder governor in the event that he resigns to contest for Senate. So he's just on he's on the second term, yes, and he's planning to resign his position because he wants to pursue his senatorial ambition. We've been seeing so many wild situations with governors vying for senatorial positions. We have currently in Ogun State, Otumba Daniel and what's his name, Dapabiodun, both fighting for the representation of Ogun East in the Senate. We are seeing it everywhere. The former, okay, no, the former minister of Foreign Affairs, he's not vying for Senate president. He went for governorship. So I'm just, I'm, what is it in that Senate that everybody wants to go and do? Emmanuel, maybe you can help us because when I read it, I was like, this thing seems like it's straightforward, but it's not straightforward. No, this thing doesn't. I don't even know. That's how not understanding I was of this matter. Yeah, I don't want to say confused, but yeah, go ahead, Emmanuel.
When you do politics without enterprise, this is what happens. Career politicians who can't just serve and go home.
Mm.
They see politics as a means to remain in power, and they see power as a means to remain relevant.
Hmm.
So this is what you're saying. I think maybe in the future we might have to change the name, find another senate and change the name to House of Governors, because the obsession of governors to
Yeah.
finish their 8 or 4 years term
Mm-hmm.
and run to the Senate is something that is
It's alarming.
unprecedented. For example, now you gave an example of Ogun State. You didn't even mention Ibikunle Amosun,
Ah,
who also is a senator and who
yes.
wants to return. Benga Daniel is there. Dapo Abiodun is there. Noimot Salako, the deputy
But
governor,
yes, the deputy
is
governor is
also
lying.
trying to put head.
Yes. Yes.
It's I think the only some states that are different. I think Lagos State is a bit different because you don't your governorship, you just go. But most states, I see governors running. Don't forget that Dave Umahi went to the Senate before his appointment as minister. The former governor of what was it called, Plateau State, also left ministerial appointment for the Senate. I don't know, but if as a governor you've done 8 years, I expect you to just go home or go and find something doing. But outside politics, there is no power. How many former governors have you seen that are still relevant, except
Hmm.
for those who had a career before going into the position? So the truth is, most times we put people who we should not put on a strong pedestal, on a high pedestal, and then we expect something different. For Hope Uzodimma's trying to move into the Senate is for him to attain the position of a Senate president. Hope is not going there for anything less. And one of the most underrated politicians that we have in Nigeria is Hope Uzodimma. For those of us who are political analysts, we know his impact, we know his influence. We know he's a politician that doesn't talk. He's not lousy. He doesn't talk, but he's a man full of action and feared by many, and also respected in the political space. It's so sad that after all the 10th Assembly has done, Godswill Akpabio might not return as the Senate president and is also fighting for his life.
Hmm.
Now, let me give you a brief explanation. Chinyere, deputy governor, she's not going to be a placeholder. When the time is right, listen to me, Chinyere is going to resign first before Uzodimma. Uzodimma would announce his successor as the deputy governor. Then Uzodimma will step down if he's successful, and then his successor will campaign in as the governor. Hope's tenure is to end, I think, January 2028,
Yes.
and the new Senate will be inaugurated June 2027.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 9 months for now. Now, what makes it is the fact that, I said we need to find House of Governors, because Charles Okorocha is also vying for that position. He left as governor, went to the Senate, campaigned for the presidency, didn't get it under APC. He has been in oblivion for the last 3 years and is coming back. Izunazo is currently the holder of the ticket and is a member of the 10th National Assembly and is about to be retired because there's nothing he can do. I'm telling you, Uzodimma will get the ticket. So this is the irony. Don't forget there were drama in the Senate the other day when the Senate leadership amended the Senate order, or what did they amend, that barred new incomers and then said principal position will be contested by members of only 10th Assembly who makes it back to the Senate. Akpabio is also trying to position himself because he knows that if Hope Uzodimma steps in, he cannot fight him. And the last Senate president ticket he had the backing of the president. That was why he was able to defeat incumbent senator like Abdulaziz Yari from Samfara. So it's going to be a long ride for each and every one of them. But the question is it something that they really care about us going into this Senate? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. This is just a game of power. This is just a game of relevance. Like I said, a politician leaves the spotlight, leaves his office, and is not relevant again. there's no power.
Hmm. Oh boy. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Hi, Emmanuel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, I said when they lead, they don't think about tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
So the question is, I'm seeing a play that we've analyzed and we've said will happen for quite a while, and most people are just seeing it. Anything that makes Hope Uzodimma steps into the Senate, be rest assured, and the APC is the majority, be rest assured that the Senate president ticket is going to be his. Now let me tell you this for a fact is the fact that you look at all these people, including Adams Oshiomhole, all of them, most of them, Orji Uzor Kalu, I can start giving you names. Most of them are ex-governors.
Mm-hmm.
Are we saying we don't have leaders? We don't have Nigerians who can do this, that we keep recycling the same set of people? Well, they said the older the lawmaker is, the better it is for the legislator. But I don't think that applies in Nigeria, because we see our legislative arm coming down a bit every time and not living up to the standard that we Nigerians expected of them.
Mm.
So be rest assured that the politics is going to play out in the next few months. You might see Deputy Governor Chinyere stepping down, another Deputy Governor being appointed, Hope Uzodimma stepping down, and then the new Deputy Governor that was appointed getting the slot to be the governor till the next election, and basically till the change of government in January 2028. So it's just a very sad one, but this is how they've chosen to play politics. And part of the fallout is why some governors and some power brokers really want to quickly remove Hope Uzodimma as the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. And if you don't know how strong he is politically, that also backfired. Because after they announced Peter Umba as the chairman of Progressive Governors Forum, Hope Uzodimma came back and took his power. The same Hope Uzodimma that backed Fubara, that is giving him the liver and the go-ahead. So it is going to be a dicey one, and Akpabio knows that once someone like Hope Uzodimma steps into the Senate, don't forget he's going to be a ranking senator, because he was once a senator and he's coming back to the Senate. Before he became a governor, he was a senator and he's coming back into the Senate. And it's going to be something you should look out for. So, peradventure, I'm saying, if APC are the majority in the 11th Assembly, I'll be rest assured that Akpabio will be out of the equation, and probably someone like Hope Uzodimma. And then I ask, when we say power is transient, maybe when someone like Akpabio sits in the Senate, because definitely is going to make it back. I don't see a challenger in his senatorial district. But if he sits in the Senate as an ordinary senator, I think you will understand better why the likes of Ahmed Lawan are now Nigerian friendly when they're no longer Senate president.
I like that phrase, Nigerian friendly. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for that. The numbers to call 070917917 or 9155917. Those are the numbers to call to, the phone lines are now open. Our toll-free number is 0800 1235917. I'll take them again, 07000 917 or 9155 or our toll-free line 0800 1235 917. You can send your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes to 0703 1756537 or 08155 917 917. This is still the Daily News Review program on Women Radio 91.7 FM. And you've been listening to the voice of our analyst this morning, Emmanuel Olonade, this morning. Okay, we're going to go straight into the next one. But before that, let's take this message that says, this is from Olushogajai. He says, Jonathan has played his part and should keep enjoying his rest as an elder statesman. It is better to leave when the ovation is loud. This could be a trap to rubbish him. I advise him not to take this because if he fails, it will not augur well to his integrity and personality. A word is not for the wise. What do you think, Emmanuel? We've had this conversation
Uh,
before, but in
well,
few
well, for
yes.
for good luck, Jonathan, I think he's not going to contest. He's not.
You think so? Why?
Uh, see, good luck, Jonathan is enjoying the what was it called, the fruits of his labor already.
Prestige. Yeah.
And they say your reward is in heaven. He has been enjoying his own reward here on earth very well. Immediately he stepped down. The people saw him as peace ambassador, good
Mhm.
luck, Jonathan. We forgot how government was a bit bad under his own
Yeah.
regime also. It was not like actually the savior. The ECA, the SS crude oil account went down very well under Jonathan. They were sharing the money. So a whole lot of things happened that was not palatable. But because we've had it worse, if you have it bad and you're now having it worse, you will prefer
Yeah.
the bad days.
Yeah.
That's why some people are clamoring on Jonathan to come back. The same good luck, Jonathan. The Nigerian after behind to become president after the death of Yaradra, Nigeria voted in, and that's why you're having it bad. He couldn't make some decisions.
Yeah.
See, why we are suffering the high energy price now is the fact that Goodluck Jonathan did not go forth with that subsidy is gone that he declared January 1st. Then it crumbled under the weight of protest, led by the same man who now announced that subsidy is gone.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
See, the truth is, he has done his time. And during his time, he has ensured that, we now see Jonathan's days as a better day. He should just leave it that way. He should go and rest. He should keep flying around, doing peace envoy, ambassador for AU. They should keep sending him as an elder statesman in Africa. And he should not come back into the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see Jonathan. Jonathan knows. He's wise enough to know that this terrain is not for me.
Mm.
Jonathan had some of the brightest minds to work with as ministers and as that. So you should know that this terrain, this current crop of politics is not for him. He should just maintain his elder statesman. Let consultation be done with him. Let presidential candidates visit him. Let governorship candidates visit him. And he should keep doing his thing. So I don't see him coming back because, see, last election also, a group, G or something group in the north, bought him a ticket asking him to come and contest.
Mm-hmm.
And he disowned them. He didn't take the, what was it called, the form that was bought for him. In life, people will push you. Now you go talk, say you no go for.
Yeah.
They are saying he's the best thing after Agbalumo now, and he's the next thing after Semo. But the truth is, if he was the best thing after Agbalumo, next after Semo, why was he voted out?
Mm.
And then you're asking him to come back to do what? What did he forget in Aso Rock? If he forgets anything, they should call. They will get it for him and send it to him, or he should go there and go and pick it. They will allow him. He's our next president. So I keep telling you that good luck, Jonathan is just a distraction being pulled by some political actors to take the momentum of some people who are trying to gain momentum and to ensure that there is a doubt cast in the mind of the people about whether they need to support one or two. But peradventure, I think today should be the last day if he wants to contest. Peradventure, if he picks up the form, which I don't think he will, because there's no political parties. He's a member of the PDP, and we know that the PDP is 2-in-1. So I don't know the faction he wants to contest. Is it the Turaki-led faction that Seyi Makinde is the only governor there and he calls himself chairman PDP governors forum, or the Wike-led fashion that Wike himself is asking his boys to go and pick up form in the APC. So you should look at the viable alternative and look at it deeply. I don't see a platform that Goodluck Jonathan will contest on, except he wants to contest under NDC. And if he wants to contest, I think they've done their convention, the timeline has elapsed for him to do that. So Goodluck Jonathan is not contesting, is not going to contest. I'm saying it affirmatively that I don't think Goodluck Jonathan will be contesting. So it's just rumors and more like a distraction from people to say that, oh, Jonathan is coming, Jonathan is coming. Jonathan is not coming anyway. We know the people that are coming in 2027, and it's going to be a battle between all of them. So, Goodluck Jonathan, please go and sit down in Otuke, enjoy your food in Bayelsa, travel around the world, and maintain your position. Don't let them push you. And I think nobody can push a man who refuses to be pushed.
All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. The phone lines are still open: 7000 917 917, 09155 917 917, or 0800 1235 917. You can send your text messages, WhatsApp messages, or voice notes to 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. Right about now, it is 1 minute after 8, and this is the Daily News Review on Women Radio 91.7. My name is Fumi. Emmanuel, our analyst, is here with us. Okay, let's get into the next headline. Yes, please. You wanted to say something?
Not at all.
Okay. I mean, every time I see the moving, the talks, any article headline about Jonathan coming, I'm like, have we forgotten what happened between 2011 and 2015? Have we forgotten so soon? And I think that's one of the things that maybe the government banks on, our collective amnesia when it comes to, Nigerian matters. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the Premium Times, we have, and this one I'm actually looking forward to what Emmanuel was going to say on this, because I had a full blown conversation. Actually, I think I was the referee for this conversation that I started with some of my friends in the tech industry. Over the last 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, the founder of a fintech organization in Nigeria had come out to say, he had over 500 vacancies in this company. He didn't think that, he said Nigeria lacks the skilled talent, to meet global standards. And there was a backlash, outrage, backlash, pushback. It was quite a lot, and it's been ongoing for the last 2 weeks. And I said, you know what, I wasn't going to speak about it with Buki on Wednesday, I think, but I said Emmanuel is here, and Emmanuel is a young person. I'd like to know his thoughts. I'm sure that you like to know his thoughts as well. Time and time again, somebody has come out to talk about how Nigerian youths are lazy, they are this, they are that. This is not new, new, right? However, Vice President Shimshatima had now come at the graduation ceremony of 12 of the formerly abducted Chibok girls, which is such a great news. They graduated at a university over the weekend, and he took opportunity to talk about this comment that was made by Tosin Eniolonda, the founder of a fintech organization. And what he said was that, what this should trigger is the fact that there should be a demand on upgrading Nigeria's education system, education sector. And I'm so glad that Emmanuel is here, because I think all through last year there was major conversations on the education sector in Nigeria, actually with strike here and there, strike here and there. In fact, the non-academic staff and the senior academic staff in university just called up the strike, I think, the strike is going to be called off as of today. So we have been reading with strike every now and again. That's on one hand, which would obviously affect the quality of students who are coming out of university. One of the things that I had said to the guys that were I did a little debate was that can we say that the quality of graduates that we had from Nigerian universities maybe 20, 40 years ago, is it the same quality of of students that were graduates that were getting? Is it the fault of the graduates? Is it the fault of the federal government? Whose fault is this? Because for this person to come out, for a person to now come out and say this, my question was, your company is serving a Nigerian market, is not serving a global market. You now say you want to scale. The question is, what have you yourself done to upgrade the people that are working for you, your employees, to move to global standard? But I'm just setting the backdrop so that Emmanuel can yeah, Emmanuel, go ahead.
Okay. I think a part of me agreed with him, a part of me
Mhm,
disagreed.
mhm.
Don't forget that last year when we dissected went into a lot of educational topics,
Yes.
I spoke about this, that Nigerian universities are not helping us.
Mhm.
And it starts with who the lecturers are. Ask yourself the
Another
question,
angle.
most of Nigerian lecturers, if you put them in the private sector, are they employable?
Hmm.
I'm just saying, it's not
That's
an
the
indictment
lecturers,
on them.
right? You mean?
Yeah. Go to classrooms and see what the students are being taught. Skill sets. Skill sets that some people have, they didn't learn it in the four walls of the classroom, they learned it outside the classroom. But it's also wrong, because if he's saying he has 500 vacancy, ask him what is the pay range in this organization for these people. See, it is only in Nigeria you see someone with 7 years experience and then you offer him 300,000 naira. It's only in Nigeria you see someone with 10 years experience and you're saying, come and take 500,000 naira. Ask most of these companies, what are they paying? 150, 250, 300, 450. And then you are saying you want the best minds. If he's saying Nigeria are not employable, what happens to Nigerians when they move outside the country and they get employed? How did this company get to the stage that they're having 500 vacancy?
Yeah.
You should ask pertinent questions about this.
Yeah.
I understand part of what he's saying. Yes, a part is true. But if you're saying they don't have the skill set, they are not employable. Nobody's employable after leaving school. Everybody builds a skill set.
Absolutely.
That's why you see some organization, they have their graduate training program to help you. You have the internship route. People go, have you done internship without pay? Some of us, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Looking for a skill.
Yeah.
So the truth is, when he says they are not employable, what is his organization doing to ensure that people are employable?
Mm-hmm.
What is their pay range like? Are they paying 2 million for 10 years experience monthly? It's only in Nigeria that we pay peanut and then we look for Paul and Silas to come and break us out of jail. Yeah, we understand the problem. But how are we solving the problem? The problem is not a one-way issue with graduate alone. It's a one-way issue with organizations.
Yeah.
Do a random sampling. I think it was done one time, and they're saying that I think a percentage of Nigeria does not earn up to 500,000 monthly. That's about $200 or less. $200 that someone in the US will make with a day's work.
Hmm.
So if you're saying they are not employable, how come they go to other countries and get employed?
Excel.
How come? Have you gone through some interview process before? There are some interview process I don't go through. Because when you start stressing my life before I get to your company, I know that
Oh
this is
yeah.
hell.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There are some you are bringing in one person to do the work of six people that you ought to employ.
That's the Nigerian company
And you are
organization.
saying they are not employable.
Yeah.
No, we should be frank with ourselves. This is not for the fintech company, because I'm not calling names that mentioned it, but it's the truth. It's a challenge, and we have to start from our universities. We have to start from our institutions. People without the skill sets cannot train people, and then they will come out with the skill sets. No, it's not possible.
That's a very good point.
Organizations that does not have the means to pay cannot be looking for Elon Musk in my body. No, it's not possible. Can you pay the millions? Maybe because we have high unemployment rate and underemployment rate. Unemployment and underemployment is so high in Nigeria. Maybe that's why we feel we don't have the skills, and we have a lot of Nigerians in the labor market. Excuse me, if you pay me chicken change and another person comes wants to double that chicken change, there's no loyalty anywhere. Nigerians will leave. Because it's about survival for an average Nigerian, for every Nigerian. So if he's saying that Nigerian graduates are not employable, yes, to his own company, but other companies are employing Nigerian graduates and they are doing well. Look at CEOs of major companies. I didn't know Nigerians. There was a time we don't have Nigerians as CEO like that. Why? People keep saying, no, we need an expatriate. They can't do it. But now, who are we having? And who are those building these multinational companies? Take it back a little. And then you also see that there was a time we complained about Nigerian doctors, until they started going to the UK, and they are becoming one of the best in the UK, in the US, and Canada. If the system built does not encourage people to thrive, we keep having this. If it is not for expansion's sake, why do they have 500 vacancies at this point? Maybe I need to have a conversation with their HR department.
Sorry to interrupt you, I know we have a call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. I cannot hear you. Please do well to call us back. 07000 800 1235 917. Those are the numbers to call. 07000 917 or 800 1235 917 once again, or 09155 917 Those are the numbers to call. Actually, please go to use the toll free line 0800 1235 917 for now, so that we can get your calls. 0800 1235 917. Thank you so much. Emmanuel, please go ahead.
So basically, you look at it and then you how did we get to this stage? How is there a vacancy of 500 people? Why are people resigning? Why are people running away? See, when we see all these things, we don't ask this question from all these companies. Why are people running away? What is your work environment like?
Sorry to cut you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. We cannot hear you. Hello, good morning. Please go ahead, Emmanuel.
So basically, you have to ask this question. You don't just jump on the conclusion. We know, that's why I said at the start that I agreed with him partially, but a part of me does not agree, because this is not a one-way problem. It's a problem that has different direction and different angles to it. How did we get here? Institution. How did we get here? Companies, organizations not wanting to pay well. Just imagine an organization paying people with 10 years, 7 years experience, 200,000. They are coming out to tell you that they cannot. I'm not referring to the fintech, please. I'm just using it as an example. Paying 200, 300K to people with 7, 10 years experience, and then they are telling you that they cannot get talent. Where would they get talent? They are paying money that interns earn in organizations that are getting the talent. So it is going to be a long one in the market, job market sector. But the truth is, an average Nigerian Nigerian has a tendency to work and get employed, but are the conditions right? Why do we have high turnover of people jumping and jumping? See, before the banking sector stabilized, there was a time staffs were moving up and down from one bank to another. You can see this person today and it tells you I'm with bank A. In the next 3 months, you are seeing him in bank C. Then you are seeing him 5 months later has jumped to bank E, until the financial sector, the banking sector, gave a salary that is competitive. Because everybody is trying to survive. You can't keep me in your office from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and at the end of the day, I'm just surviving. So they should also look at the pay. So it's not a one-way problem. It is a problem that has to be dealt with holistically. What is our recruitment drive, our recruitment process? Have you even applied? I think some years back, when I'm like, I can't be applying for jobs. So some years back, you wake up and then submit your CV, submit the CV. In still that same order, they'll be asking you to input everything that is on your CV in a box. And then in 200 words, in 300 words, then you are spending an hour plus on application, putting the same thing that is on your CV. And in my head, I'm like, who does this? If you don't want my CV, just tell me to input. I will know I'm inputting, but you're asking for CV. And you're still asking me to do all these things.
Cover letter, essay, and all of that,
At the end of the day, it's tasking. If not for COVID and the fact that we embrace technology, they might ask you to travel from Kotangora to Lagos for a job interview that they will not give you.
Oh, that has happened to people before.
Yeah, people travel down and then you do the job interview and then you see that they've been selected.
Yeah. And you're not reimbursed for the transport money or anything like that.
2 months after I finished my service, I had that experience. And then we got to the final stage of the interview. We saw that they were already anointed candidates. People that didn't even pass the first phase of the interview. That was the last time I started going for physical interview. You can't get me to go. I was just a young graduate that was trying to run after life. And I traveled down. They sent the notification later. I traveled down. I suit up.
Hi.
So you look at it and then you just see we are laughing over it now because but then it wasn't funny to me.
It wasn't funny, no.
As a young guy, I'm like, what is happening? We're just 5 that were remaining, and we're looking at it as if they will pick 3. 3 of us will make it. So we're looking at the 2 that will not even make it. Not knowing that the 5 of us will not even make it.
Okay.
So that is the irony. So you can't say that the Nigerian job seekers does not have the skill. Check your own company also. Because we are looking for 500 and it's not for expansion, how did you have turnover? They are looking for 500 people. And what are the roles? What are they being paid? Are they being paid well? Is it a payment that would make someone who is with company A look at your company and feel like I have potential in this company? Bring the skill set he has to your own company. Nobody that works, no workforce person was built in a day. They were built by organizations they've been working with, people giving them a chance to thrive. The first place you work, if you're not given a chance to learn and thrive, you will not be here today for me. Time and chance happened to us all. So you don't say Nigerian graduates or Nigerian workforce are not employed. They don't have the right skill sets. Saplet Energy will not tell you. Shell will not tell you this. That's why there's always a graduate training program to ease people in and allow them work in a culture they understand.
The Big Four will tell you the same thing, yeah. And I've always been very, very fascinated by the banking industry. You can't, even if you are working at Bank A, you can't just move to Bank B without proper training and onboarding. And I think that's something that's lacking in most organizations or even some other fintech organizations, the lack of structure and the system that they have in place for you to be integrated in. And you wonder, I've seen some of the comments. Some people said you wonder why people would rather stay in the banking industry, because at least in the banking industry, you know that you're being paid some almost your worth in some case. Oh my lueo, oh my shisheo, but they will give you your money. From what you've said, I've heard you say so many things about the role of the government or even the universities in making sure that the lecturers who are teaching are well equipped, are well trained. When last did a lecturer go for a training, to upgrade themselves, to upgrade their skill set? The textbooks that the students are
Check the
using,
syllabus. The syllabus. Check
it's
the syllabus.
outdated.
Check the coursework. Check
Yeah,
everything. They
yeah,
are teaching. They are using Lord Lugard's method
yeah.
to teach in a technology-driven world
And this
when
has
people are going to the
cascaded even to
space.
primary and secondary schools as well. So there needs to be an overhaul, a complete overhaul of the education system in Nigeria. When that will not happen, though, because we do have a minister of education, and
And for me, another thing is there's a generation now that is not like millennial, that is not like X, that see, they don't take nonsense
they don't
from
take
anybody
these
at
are
all.
the alphas. They don't.
Back then, someone will wake up and tell you, start using swear words on you and all.
Yeah,
These ones will tell you, I'm messing up with my mental
my
health.
mental
I'm done with
health.
your work.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm done. See, they will tell you they are done. These are people that wants to get things done on their own time. See, the world is changing. Our own time. 8 o'clock, we rush to the office. Hey, we have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. You come back home. You're on your system trying to do. See, these ones they come back home. I'm done. They will tell you. Some of them what they are paying me for is 8 to 5.
Stefan,
I have my own life.
yeah. No, but
So
this is true because I
they
was
should. They've been privileged to a generation that wants to get the work done no matter what.
no matter what.
You
Yes.
have an event at the weekend, you are still carrying work to the event,
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah.
it done.
Yeah.
But now they should get used to a generation that does things on their own terms. They are not
Yeah.
into that realization yet.
Yet.
And
No.
most people, because of the way they talk, see, the toxicity of a place determines whether people stays or not,
Absolutely.
and determines whether people wants to come in or not.
Absolutely.
You see, most people there, directors and all, you can't talk to this generation the way you spoke to our own generation.
Mm.
We will
We
look
will
at you
go.
and we'll still tell you, thank you, ma, thank you,
Yeah.
sir, and
Yeah.
then we'll go. This
Yeah.
generation will look you in the eye and they tell you are speaking in the nonsense. It's
Yeah.
not done this way.
Mm-hmm.
So they should come to the realization that things are changing. And they also need to help build impact in graduates.
Mm.
I've not said, but I'm trying to see whether that fintech has a graduate internship program
No,
that
I doubt that they do. I don't think that most
that
fintech
that
companies
is, yeah,
have.
because it is people coming from the four walls of classroom into the job market,
Mm-hmm.
giving them required skills that they don't have. See, most people doing NYSE, most of us are teachers doing NYSE.
Yes.
NYSE is just for schools to fill in the quota of not having teachers. And we're not even speaking about that because for you to even be a classroom teacher, you need the TC and the teacher certificate, something that you get in Kaduna. Most people don't even, they ease them to go and teach. And just imagine, I want to be a doctor. You're asking me to go and teach students
English.
English
English.
language.
Yeah.
But how would they survive? So we are getting it wrong. But
Yeah.
some organizations have identified this gap. They have their graduate intern training program. They have their internship training program where you come in 6 months, a year, you learn, and they pay. Because I
Mm.
know some people will carry intern. They ask them to be leaving their house, and they will not still pay them.
Mm.
So
It's
it's
such an
a whole
interesting
lot.
thing.
For you to have people that are employable to work with you, you need to have the foresight and you need to develop a means where you ease graduates from the street into the workforce through a program that adds to the graduate, adds to your organization, and then they are now employable. You see them, they are loyal. That's why you see some company that brought in graduate intern. It's very hard for those interns to leave.
To
They
leave.
spend 5, 10, 15 years before seeking C-suite position elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That is how it happens. It's not built in a day. But we want finished product. We want Elon Musk with $100, which is not possible.
Hmm.
You need to pay well. You can't see me with 10 years plus experience and you're asking me to come and take 150,000, 200,000. And then you now wake up, you want me to be building a skyscraper for you. I will not even dig.
Hmm. All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. This message is from Additional Wasiu in the corridor. He says, "Morning to you in the studio. On airstrike in Niger State that killed some people. The traditional ruler and others in the north need to educate the people not to have anything to do with Boko Haram and bandits. On Jonathan coming back, it is dead on arrival because he lacks capacity. On allocation to the state, it's constitution that mandates federal government to give allocation to the state and local government. So it's left for we Nigerian citizens to hold the governor and local government accountable how they spent the allocation. And instead of us to focus on the federal government, we also put pressure on the state and local government to explain to us how they spent the allocation received from the central government. And for drugs tests, it should start from the executive council to the National Assembly to state government and our security officers to university to down the streets. Thank you so much for your message. Evangelist Shegun Oyedeji says, good morning from me, Emmanuel. Majority of our politicians are praised, period. And with all the loots, there is no improvement on people's living standards or development in the country. We cry of insecurity without asking why we are foiling the terror and why. Dope test people for all Nigerians, even pastors are there. You're an evangelist, so you're dragging your pastors. What's going on, Evangelist Shegu? Thank you so much for your messages. Emmanuel, before you go, do you have a final word for us?
Enjoy your week for me. Have fun. Take pressure off you.
Yes, so
See you.
as I always say, please make sure that you have your PVC. Do everything that you can to get your PVC because 2027, you have the power in your hand to determine who is back into coming back into government or coming afresh into government. The how do you say that thing? The ball is in your court. So determine how you want to play the ball. With that being said, enjoy your week, like, as Emmanuel has said as well. Emmanuel also rest well. Oh, I can see and what did you bring for us? For me, we'll talk later. We'll talk
Give
later.
me a call after.
You brought one?
I said, give me a call after.
I'll give you a call after. Okay, this is still Women Radio 91.7 FM, and 9 o'clock is the news. 9:05 is her legs. For Evangelist Shegun says, Fumi resigned to go join politics. You never know. The more I talk about politics on this place, I'm like, "Do you know what? I'm about to. The problem is, what party do I want to go under? Am I going to have to join the bad egg so that I can make a change? I don't know. Would I be selling myself out? I don't know. I'll speak to Emmanuel. He will advise me. But thank you for your vote of confidence, Evangelist Shegun. I do believe that I have a future in politics. I'm not going to lie. Abi, Emmanuel, you vote for me, Abi?
Definitely after party. That's our political
After
party.
party, Abi, yes. Emmanuel, too. I've told Emmanuel to go into politics as well. So maybe we should go together, Emmanuel. What do you think?
Well, if I'm the president, you be my senior special advisor.
Bye. Bye for now. This is the Women Radio 91.7. Many thanks to Rachel and Michael for producing me this morning. On that note, catch you same time tomorrow at 7:30 for our daily news review.